making the equation true. We did this at the beginning. Do you guys remember this? Where we decided if we have the same thing on both sides, meaning anything will work, that's infinite. This is what we've been talking about. One solution, only 8s worked here. And then we had this situation where nothing worked. So that's what we're going to start with, is no solution. And how do we know when we get to that point? And then we're going to specifically talk about, again, infinite solutions. So on your flip book, next to number 8, I want you to write no solution.
Freaking into that, dude. The flip. We don't take people's pencils.
So next to number 8, write no solution. Okay? And then go ahead and flip up number 7, so you're looking at the number 8 open space.
Pay attention, dude.
I'm trying to find voices left. The ones in my left too. Because I was giving it to you.
So we're at no solution down here, and we're going to explain what that means to have no solution. There's just the 2 little green ones in the jar. So sometimes you will work through an equation and realize no value will make the equation true.
Dude, this pencil feels weird.
Oh, we're supposed to be like writing this?
Yes.
Yeah, like kick out Forrest Gump.
Okay?
What's that?
So sometimes you'll get all the way to the end and you'll be like, wait a minute, this doesn't look right. And that's because it means the equation cannot actually happen. Remember, equation basically has the word equal in it, right? We're balancing out the left and the right. So we're trying to find something that will make them balance. But as I showed you guys on this page, it's not always the case, right? Nothing can be added to 13 and 20 to make them balance. So we're going to do this example.
That would actually kill you.
Call over terrified. Call over art.
Okay, so we always start out by drawing our wall of equality, right? This tells us if we cross it, we need to use the opposite operation, okay? Anything on the same side, you just add or subtract like it says, but if you have to go across this wall, you have to do the opposite, right? So we're going to look at this and say, well, can we do the distributive property? Can we distribute anything?
Yes.
Sure. How do we know that?
Because the -4, like parentheses.
Yep. The parentheses tell us we need to multiply this -4 times these 2 values inside. So I'm going to leave the 24x minus 22 equals -4 plus 24x. Okay. One of the things I've noticed that people are doing is either not bringing down parts of the equation, each layer, or you're not bringing down the entire part of a term. Like if it has an x, you need to keep that x with it the whole time.
Oh, is this where?
Yes?
Is this where like you start the like actual things, so like you do, like you switch it over?
Right, so then we say, all right, are there any like terms on this side?
No.
Nope. Are there any like terms on this side?
No.
No.
No. So now is when we start going across the wall and we have to use inverse operations. So I'm adding 24x here. How will I move that to the other side? How will I
Minus.
balance it?
Minus.
subtract 24x, and this is where I need you to write the 24 and the x. This whole term is gone, which we're used to, but then over here is where people start to get a little nervous. What's 24x minus 24x?
Zero.
There's just
But
like,
it can be
But it
any
can't
zero
be zero, it has to
except
be one.
nope, it's just, there's nothing left. It's just gone,
So confident.
right? So,
Hey.
so there's no x's left. Like, think about if it was like 24 candy bars, and I threw 24 candy bars away. How many do I have left?
1.5.
None. I have nothing. There's nothing. There's no candy bars, right? So this is gone as well. The whole thing. It's not 0x, it's just gone. So what I have left on this side is negative 22 equals negative 4. Is that a thing? Does negative 22 equal negative 4?
No.
Sure
but
doesn't.
like, could you do like the plus thingy, the 2, and then the what?
So this tells me that I have no solution. If you get to a point where it's very obvious the left side does not equal the right side, that's your signal that there is no value for x to balance this out.
Like the equation not the solution.
So that's one of the things you just have to be able to identify, right? Now, some people might have been like,
Imagine freaking like doing the whole problem.
right,
Yeah, imagine like working that hard and then like realizing you don't get anything again.
That's literally
No
what just happened to me.
point.
That is literally what just
that's a
happened.
thing. That's what you guys have to know how to do. Okay, the opposite of no solution,
Is yes.
Yes. Solution.
infinite solutions.
Like fully with sidewalk makes yellow.
No, that's good yes.
Okay, so number 9 is infinite solutions. That's where anything will work. So no solution, nothing works. Infinite solutions, anything works.
I'm kind of sad that no solution actually meant no solution.
Real.
Yep, it means nothing will work.
Or was it-
Aren't you an Apex person?
Wait, Apex?
I mean Overwatch, no matter what. Bro, that's a character in Overwatch.
It's so weird.
So in this scenario, any value will work. Anything, right? So this is where we have, you'll get to a point where you're working this out and you'll be like, wait a minute. The left side matches the right side. That means that anything will work for x. So here's our example.
X plus 1 plus x.
Mhm.
What? What's better than this?
I know it's better than me in general.
You do too. You look like you actually look like a speaker. Shut up, Kate.
Somebody's phone's blowing up.
Dude, Kate. Oh,
It's
really?
not mine.
What's that white stuff in here, Kate? I think you have lights.
What?
I'm joking. It's this.
Definitely
It's Andrew.
Okay, so do I have any parentheses? No, so I don't have any distributive property. Do I have any like terms on the left?
No.
No. Do I have any like terms on the right?
No.
Yes, I do. I have x
2x.
and plus x. So that tells me I have 2x plus 1 on the right and 2x plus 1 on the left.
Oh, let's all not You don't have to do anything else.
Adnan, you're going to be the first one moved.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, so some of you might notice at this point that these are identical on the left and right. That tells me that whatever I put here for this x is obviously going to work over here because they are matching. So if you see this and you're like, hey, wait, those match, you can stop right there.
Bro, it's 1 equals 1.
But if you don't see that and you decide to keep working,
Actually, it's
you would subtract 2x and you get 1 equals 1.
That's if you don't notice the pattern.
If you didn't already notice that they matched, you just keep going, and this would be your signal like, hey, these are identical,
1 minus 1.
it's going to be infinite solutions.
Why do I keep going to fake but not fake? I really have to stop and see. Where'd you get your Crocs from?
Yeah, I love shoe carnival.
I'm not dissing on Shoe Carnival. He said StockX.
Like the Apple.
I know. I always act like I'm in like the finals game segment on the movie.
Okay, so if you get to a point where the left side matches the right side, automatically you have infinite solutions. It can be at this step. I mean, maybe you noticed it up here and you didn't even have to write anything down. That's fine, as long as you put the correct infinite solutions as your final answer. Okay. So we have 3 types of answers we can get: infinite, no solutions, and 1 solution. Remember, 1 solution is where you have x equals a number, and that's it. So once you have this done, you need a blank piece of paper, and then go on back to your seat, and I'll tell you what to do next.